round. People gone out. So guys, welcome to Friday night. Yes, that is right, it is Friday. What else day would it be? Yes, that is right, it is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. How are we doing? Welcome to a new Friday night for Eldar Sim Racing. Yes, that is right, Eldar Sim Racing. You guys are probably thinking, where have we been? Or what have we been doing? We have been looking at options for Friday night. So yes, it is the one and only, and we do have, well, the one and only Hoppers as per usual, but we do have the VW Scirocco's. These are an absolute pocket rocket. They are amazing. We are here at the glorious Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit, home of Goodwood Revival, home of preferably Goodwood Festival Speed. And yes, we have got the Volkswagen R's for this evening. It is going to be very interesting to see exactly what is going to happen for this evening. But it is going to be very close to see how well people are going to go. But looking at the grid, then the grid's looking very colourful, and it is going to be very amazing. And we're going to be seeing exactly what's going to be happening for this season. And you know, believe it or not, it is going to be thereabouts, but it is going to be very close and personal for some people thereabouts. But you know, we've got some returning drivers, we've got some drivers that are relegated from last season's GT Supercars to join us as well as a maybe series returnee. But it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So, you know, just checking who is here. It is going to be very close, but looking exactly what happened in WTSC last season, with the likes of Noah Wright and Brian Mongani, they've now gone on to pastures new. They've gone into the Aston Martin Vantage Cup, which is the same time as us. So if you'd like to check that out with the host with the most milk, he will be doing the top tier, and it's going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. But you know, we're thereabouts. But let's have a look who's here then. So we've got Panos Vorganis, the Greek, well-established racer. He's unfortunately been relegated down from GT Supercars into the Scirocco's for this season, but I think he's going to be the one to watch. So I think he's going to want to get back promoted into the top tier, in my opinion. But you know, he's in the Motor AWS sponsored maroon and yellow headlighted Scirocco. Then you've got Oscar Stevenson, should I say? Do apologise. Could get my words out for a second. But he is in the number 2 car. He was in the McDonald's Mustang for last season, but I believe that is one of his own liveries. But he's put the McDonald's logo on, so we know it's his. But he's looking forward to seeing what he's going to do in his second full season of Eldar Racing. Then you've got Nate Fletch in the Red Bull slash WRC livery for the Scirocco. I must admit, it looks very nice on a Scirocco. So we'll see what Nate can do. He's obviously a race winner, and he's looking forward to seeing exactly what's going to happen for himself this season. Hopefully he gets for a field and gets a couple of race wins. Then you got Andrew Osler, aka the Aussie Rooster, or the Rooster, but he is in the number 5. He's not in his famous number 7 car anymore, but he is thereabouts. I believe him and his son Finley have got sort of similar livery styles, but they are obviously yet again bragging rights for father and son. So you know, obviously I'll get into about the tyres in a minute, so they're discussing exactly what's going on. Then you've got Fred Coleman. Fred used to race in Eldar Sim in the ACC League, but he's now in the Tom Coronel DHL liveried, I believe. Just put the VW badge on it, and it looks very amazing, I must admit. But as I say, we're at Goodwood Mud Racing Circuit for this evening. But it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what is going to happen. So Fred's going to be one to watch as well. I think he's a very quick, established racer, as much as everyone else is in the field. But you've got Dale Griffiths then in the Volkswagen Group, or the TPS Trade liveried. So obviously with the Volkswagen Audi Group livery, it looks very smart indeed. Let's see what Dale can do. So he is back for hopefully a full season this time round, after doing a few races in WTSC last season. Then you got Jamie Hillman. Maybe a bit of a weird situation for him, going from wheel-wheel drive back to front-wheel drive in the Pertec Andrew Jordan style livery. Jamie is a very established racer. He has took preferably a couple of podiums thereabouts. I think he did get a win in WSTC last season, if I remember rightly. I'm just trying to jog my memory back, but it will be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Then you've got Neil Smale. However, this guy, Neil, that is right, Neil Smale, he is unstoppable. He has I think it was first round of season 1 of WTSC, or yeah, back in the when he raced the Renault Megane V6, he was on the podium in race number 2 or 1 in the Renault Megane at Autopolis in the opening round of the championship. But he's now back from racing the Lexus RCF midway through last season, but I think he had a bit of a season break just because I think it got a bit too much for him. But he's back for the Scirocco's in his famous Scotland racing team livery, but it will be thereabouts. But it is going to be very quick to see what Neil can do. I think Neil is going to be looking for his first win of the season, or the first couple of wins, should I say. Then you've got Nick Sargent, aka the Hammer Games, the founder of Eldar Racing. It is good to have him on the grid, but unfortunately he got relegated from GT Supercars, which to me was a big surprise, because you know, he's now going to be hopefully helping me out within, you know, getting the lobby run, etc. and stuff like that. But he's in the Umbongo livery. If you're not familiar with what it is a juice drink. I had to look it up before I went live just so I know what it is, but it is looking very class indeed. They got Ismail Nemri, the likeable Moroccan slash Dutch driver, returning to Eldar Racing, should I say, in his number 7 livery. He's back in his famous number 7. Last time Ismail raced around here was in fact the Peugeot 208 GTI Cup, I believe. So it is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen, but you know, we'll see how well he gets on. Then you got Finley Osler in the unlucky 13. I'm not going to call it unlucky 13 because he did really well in WSTC last season. He got a race win. I think he got actually 2 race wins, funny enough, in his own backed Mustang. So we'll see how well he's going to do. Then you've got, I believe this is Chris Rigby in the Michael Crease inspired Team Hard VW. I'll tell you what, it is, the cars are looking absolutely stellar. I believe one car that is out on the grid is none other than Dean Atkinson, aka Frowney, in the Foster's VW. Yes, that is right, we do have a Foster's lagered sponsored VW Scirocco, and it, I must say, all the liveries designed by Nick or the guys have done their own livery, but the majority of the field do have mixed livery, so it is looking very stellar indeed. I forgot to mention Andreas, who's actually the Matt Tools / Adam Morgan styled paint scheme. He is new to Eldar Racing, but he is looking very racy indeed at the moment, trying to catch up to Dean Atkinson in the number 6. I'll tell you what, it is looking forward to seeing exactly how well things are going to go. I'm just going to quickly go through the comments, but Neil says it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the whole season. Then we do have Chaprozi. I can't pronounce that, I do apologise, mate. You were, I believe, if I remember rightly, you are Raoul, I believe. I do apologise if I can't pronounce your YouTube or your PSM, mate. And he can't race today, which is a bit unfortunate. So we're looking forward to seeing what Raoul would have done, but unfortunately he is missing this evening. So we've got 14 races, which isn't too bad this evening. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing exactly what's going to happen. I think the likes of Oscar Stevenson at the moment with 114.2. I think Oscar's going to want to try and literally push on for exactly how things go for him. So, you know, it's going to be a very interesting season ahead. We do have 3 races tonight, so 3 11-lap races. There is a 10-minute qualifying session coming right up in around 4 minutes, maybe 3 minutes time. But throughout the 3 races, this is where it gets different. Instead of being on one compound of tyres, should I say, we are now going to be choosing racing super softs, racing softs, or the racing mediums. But each of the 3 tyre compounds, so the racing super softs, the racing softs, and the racing mediums, in one race they must pick one of the 3 compounds. So instead of racing on all racing softs like they did last season WTSC, they now have to pick either the super softs, the mediums, or the softs for each race. There is no mandatory pit stop just to change onto them, but to use one of the 3 compounds in one of the 3 races. Failure to incur that will be picking up a penalty, and obviously penalties will have to be served on the lap. They get them before the start finish line, and if you fail to do that you will get a penalty, and you preferably will get clamped down by the stewards. Also, if you handbrake across the line, which I hope no one does, but if you do, you incur a 30-second penalty, because that is unsportsmanlike, as well as looks very unprofessional. But you know, it is going to look very interesting. We'll see what Oscar's going to do. He's right up behind the rooster at the moment, but You know, the Roosters are looking forward to seeing what he can do. He's probably now feeling more at home that he's not in all-wheel drive this time round, but nevertheless he will be gunning for success. He was a bit, I think he had a bit of a rough and tumble season, should we say, to put it out there, but he was struggling with all-wheel drive in the Evo as well as the Subaru last season, which seemed to be a bit of a challenge for him, but he's going to be thereabouts. Just seeing what's going to happen, but we're around 2 minutes away from qualifying, should I say. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. I'm just going to make sure I'm actually heard on stream. Just give me a second. Yeah, I am heard. It's okay. Just making sure I was heard on stream, because, you know, there's been a few technical difficulties recently where I feel like I've not, and then it's got thereabouts. But we'll see what Dean Atkinson can do. He's relegated from GT Supercars. Not that he wanted to be relegated from GT Supercars, but the results from last season unfortunately prevailed, and it has gone against him. But he is going to be seeing what he can do in that Foster's Lager amber net livery. But we'll see how well he goes tonight. Then you've got Chris Rigby, as I say, in the Michael Crease inspired Team Hard livery. That is absolutely stunning, I must admit. You know, like I say, Nick's done a fabulous job with most of the guys' liveries. Some of the guys have done their own liveries themselves, but the ones that Nick have done, obviously Nate Fletcher's done this one himself, believe it or not. But some of the cars are, most of the cars are really looking good. If I had a car then on here, then mine would probably not be the best. I'm gonna just put that out there. But you know, Nick's done a stellar job getting these cars ready for the new season. But it is going to be very exciting to see exactly what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to exactly how well things are going to go. We are about to kickstart qualifying, the first qualifying session of the season then. So let's get ready to see what is going to happen. So we'll see exactly what is going to happen. So let's have a look then what is going to happen here at Goodwood for the first qualifying session of the season. And it is going to be very interesting. A lot of drivers straight away trying to get out on track. I believe Jamie Hillman, Nate Fletcher's already disappeared, which is not looking good for his championship campaign at the moment. But he's now going to have to, I think we are going to have to restart. I'm not too sure. But I don't know whether he had the pit glitch or not, but we could be restarting at the moment. It's just looking likely, you know, just going through the field. I think Nick's just sat there to make sure that a few guys are there, but I think he's just making sure Nath can get in. But I'm not too sure whether we're going to be restarting qualifying or Nath is going to be starting from the back. But we should soon find out. But I think we're going to have to restart. Which is a bit unfortunate for Nath. Well, it's not unfortunate for Nath, but it is thereabouts. But we'll see exactly what is going to happen. I think it is going to be a restart, so we're going to have to restart the qualifying. So we'll see exactly what is going to happen. So I believe we're going to be restarting in a moment or two, just for qualifying, so we'll allow Nave to get in, just so we can qualify. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. I think, you know, we're not going to be far away from getting it restarted, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So as soon as we went to qualifying, straight away red flag, because Nate Fletcher's Scirocco had a bit of a issue going out to do his out lap. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen, but we will see exactly what's going to go on. The guys do have a bit of banter between each other, by the way. It's, you know, it's much needed, because they're about, but seeing what Ishmael Nemri can do then, known as Frank Sinatra now. So that's going to be very interesting to see how well he gets on. So we'll see how well everyone does. We're just going to be thereabouts in a moment or two, but we are getting ready for qualifying then. So let's see exactly how well things are going to go. So you can just see here the engines revving. They're just, most of them are going out the pit lane. And just see who's going to be left out of pit lane. I think Nick's just waiting to see if anyone has any issues, which is rightly so, because, you know, there's quite a few drivers out there. So we'll see exactly how well it's going to go. Let's have a look exactly at what is going to happen. So Jamie is still there at the moment. He's on his out lap at the moment, followed by Oscar, followed by Finley at the moment. So Finley's going to be pushing on. So it's going to be very close to see exactly how well it's going to go. So we've got 9 minutes remaining, just as everyone compiles out of pit lane. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But looking at Dean Atkinson at the moment, what's he going to do? Is he going to be able to push on for this season to get back up into Tier 1? We'll see how well he's going to go. So he's in the Foster's car, followed by Panos. He's going to want to be pushing thereabouts, isn't he, to get there? That's what a couple of drivers already going into pit lane then to literally change tyres to what they're going to race on. So looks like the majority of the field at the moment, bar Neil Smale, Nick, Fred Coleman and a couple of people, I think the likes of Chris Rigby as well as Ishmael Membry are going to be thereabouts. The Rooster goes and pits then, so it's basically what tyres they're going to be pitting on, I think. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. But in the meantime, Oscar is still there in third at the moment, but the likes of Dale and of course the Rooster, they're stuck in pit lane with the pit lane glitch at the moment, so it's a bit unfortunate for them, but they're still circulating out on track, so I won't worry too much about that. But Oscar followed by Panos, Fred Coleman, Neil Smale at the moment, so we'll see what Fred Coleman and Oscar and Panos can do. So it's going to be very close. 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining then in the first qualifying session of the season. Oscar is the first to jump in, so Panos goes there into a 114.6 at the moment, with Fred Coleman at 116.2, so that's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. Neil Smale, however, 120.6 at the moment. Jamie is there, he's on his out lap at the moment. Well, he was on his out lap. Nick, however, up into fourth with a 122.9 at the moment, but Ishmael Membry, 115.9, puts himself up into third. Chris Rigby, however, 118.7, so that's going to be very close to see what he can do with around 6 minutes, 6 and a half minutes to go. I'll get my words out then for a second. But Neil Smale down in 5th place at the moment, seems to be doing a stellar job trying to keep up into the front of Nick. Nick's behind him at the moment, so he's going to see what Nick can do. Getting used to a new wheel, I believe, is what Nick is doing. So we'll see how he does from Monday evening with a Ferrari. So it's going to be a bit of a different kettle of fish. We've got Jamie in 7th for the moment, coming through the chicane for another lap. What's he going to do? Is he going to stick it onto provisional pole position, or is he going to be thereabouts? He's going to, he always goes up second with a 114.9 at the moment, so it's pushed a few people. Finley, though, however, up into provisional pole position, 114.5. You got Andreas, 114.6 at the moment. Panos gets knocked down to third as he goes rally crossing there with jumps into pit lane for the time being. 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Jamie down in 15, Atkinson up in 6th, then 115.176 at the moment. Dale and of course the Rooster, they're still circulating though, however, don't worry about the pit glitch. Fred Conwin still in 8th place at the moment with Ishmael Nembry in 9th at the moment. Nick down in 11th then, so Nick's going to have to try and push that Umbongo VW Scirocco thereabouts, but we'll see exactly how well he goes. So Chris Rigby down in 12th then, he was doing so well for the time being. And then obviously Neil Smell with a gaggle of cars behind him, the likes of Nate Fletch goes pole position. We didn't notice that. He's got a 114.403. He's purple in that sector. He's got a bit of traffic though. Is he going to try and latch on? He's down there. Where is Oscar? Oscar, he's in 6th and 115.066 there. So that's a very good lap time from Oscar Stevenson. It looks like Ishmael Nembry is up into 5th and 114.871 with Neil Smale 117.888. That puts him at the tail of the field at the moment. Nate Fletch is there. Nate Fletch is still in provisional pole position. This could be a very close battle to see what's going to happen, because Neil Smale will have to push on. But Nate Fletch with around 3 minutes. Oh, it looked to me there Chris Rigby was trying to take his penalty, but because he tried to take it and slow down a bit, that has hampered, I believe that has hampered Nate Fletch as the posts go a bit wide there. So I think that was a turn board as well. So Nate Fletch is being held up this time round. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this qualifying session for the first round of the championship. So it's going to have to be seen what's going to happen. I think the likes of Andreas here at the moment, the first Colombian for Elderson Racing, believe it or not, in 3rd place at the moment on his season debut. So 3 minutes left then. What is going to happen? This is going to be absolute. Oh, he goes pole position, 114.222. So that lap where Nate Fletch got held up, it knocked him down to 2nd. Panos is up into 4th then at the moment with a 114.5 at the moment. That seems to be thereabouts. We've got Finley Osler also with the pit glitch, but I think he's still circulating at the moment. So, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So Panos in 4th at the moment with around 2 minutes and 21 seconds left. This could be thereabouts. We'll see exactly how quick it's going to be. But, you know, the likes of Nate Fletch, he's going to be on the money. I think he's not going to be at all happy with Chris Rigby having a bit of a issue in qualifying. But, you know, quite a lot of interest at the moment. Who's going through the final turn at the moment? Neil Smell's sitting out for the time being with Oscar Stevenson. He is 5th place at the moment with a 1:14.718. Seems to be a very close time, but I'll tell you what, wouldn't surprise me. Panos is still purple in that sector. The Rooster, however, 1:15.526 at the moment. So a minute and a half just about remaining. I'll tell you what, that is going to be very careful. Panos goes provisional pole position then with a 1:14.140. That is absolutely unstoppable. We'll see exactly what is going to happen between these guys at the moment, but I'll tell you this, Andreas is there at the moment. This is absolutely tooth and nail between these guys at the moment. You can see exactly what's going to happen. So a minute to go in qualifying then. So Andreas is 2nd on his debut at the moment. Nate Fletch, he's thereabouts. He's 3rd. He was provisional pole position, so 51 seconds remain. Oscar's still, not Oscar, Finley's still in 4th at the moment, but Oscar's coming through the final turn. He's about to jump back into pit lane. He's not going to have time to get round Ishmael Nembry. 6th place on his season return then. Jamie Hillman 7th. Fred Coleman, however, 8th at the moment. Dean Atkinson 9th at the moment. As Andreas goes a 1:14.208 at the moment with 22 seconds. So the ones that are on the lap times now, or crossing the line now, will have one final crack. But Dean Atkinson still there at the moment. He's got the hazards on at the moment. He's probably accidentally knocked him on. But Ishmael Nemri up into 4th then. So he's got that time dead on at the moment to stay 4th at the moment. So that's not Finley down to 5th. Oscar 6th at the moment. Jamie Hillman in 7th. So qualifying now has officially finished. It's going to be thereabouts, but we'll see how well it's going to go. But it's going to be very carefully. But Jamie is still there. But Panos takes provisional pole position at the moment. There's a few guys that have finished their lap times then, so you know it's going to be there about, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But it is going to be very close. We'll see exactly what's going to happen between Panos and of course Andreas. At the moment it's coming through the final turn. He runs a bit wide there, which is going to be a bit unfortunate, but that is exactly what you do not do. You cannot afford to do that. That may go against his time for the next qualifying session next week, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. You know, you got Ishmael Nemri coming across the line. He's about to so he stays 4th, so qualifying now has ended. So it's Panos Forganis takes pole position by thereabouts, but you can just see exactly what's going to happen. So we're getting ready for the race. It's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So we'll see exactly how close it's going to get with Panos. It's going to be a Union Jack flag to start with. Is Panos going to get into turn number 1 with great ease, or is he going to be, no, but he's on the super soft slope, so it's going to be very interesting to see what tyres people are on. But it's not a Union Jack, however. It just started, but it looks like Nate Fletch, you know, you got Andreas on the mediums then, so it's looking likely 3 wide, almost going into turn number 1, but Andreas and Ishmael Nemri thereabouts, they're fighting already with Finley Osler and Nate Fletch trying to join in this gaggle of group. We'll see exactly how well everyone's got through. Jamie in 7th and the Rooster 8th, Chris Rigby 9th, Dean Atkinson currently in 10th then, with of course Dale in 11th with excuse me, Fred Coleman 12th, runs a bit wide though, however. Neil Smale into 12th then, Fred Coleman in 13th with Nick 14th at the moment, coming on fast towards Fred Coleman, but you can just see Ismail Nemri into second with, of course, Andreas trying to push on, trying to get past that number 7 car, and then 69 Matt Toole's car. He's going to try and go onto that side. Got no flex, also pushing on with Finley. Jamie runs a bit wide. Got to be very careful where he puts that car back onto track as well. So Chris Rigby, Andrew Ostler already up into 7th and 8th, but Panos leads the way then. So Dean Atkinson 10th, Dale Griffith in, of course, 11th, Neil Smell 12th for the moment, Nick, and of course Fred Coleman 13th and 14th. So it's off lap number 1 already, out of 11. So still a long way to go in this first race, but it's going to be very interesting because it all depends on what tyres they're going to get. Panos still leads the way then with Ishmael Memory versus, of course, Andreas at the moment. So Andreas pushing on. I think, you know, Dave Fletch is 4th at the moment. Yes, he is, with Oscar Stevenson, with Andrew Ostler breathing down his neck. This could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen between excuse me, between the likes of Oscar and the Rooster. The Rooster's going to try and push on. You know exactly how quick the Rooster is thereabouts. He's trying to push on. He's currently 6th. He's purple in that sector, so he may get the fastest lap away from Panos at the time being. Chris Rigby trying to catch up to the back of this train with Dale and, of course, Dean Atkinson. Neil Smale up into 10th with Jamie Hillman still 11th. So Neil Smale's picking his way up from the tail of the field where he was going to go. But at the moment, Fred Coleman's got past Nick then. So Nick's there about. Finley's dropped down to 14th. Has he had a bit of an issue, or has he had a penalty? It's a bit of a weird one for Finley. He's going to be trying pushing on though. So Panos still leads the way then from Ishmael Numbry at the moment, so it could be thereabouts, but Panos is very quick with the likes of Andreas going through that latter half now. He's got no flex, pushing on, but these guys are pushing on quite well at the moment, trying to get the breakaway from the likes of Oscar rather. But looking at this, Dean Atkinson already up into 7th. He's got Chris Rigby and the team hard liveried versus the Fosters versus Dale, and of course Jamie Hillman are going to try and make it 4 wide down the back straight. This could be very interesting. It could be very close. It looks like we're thereabouts, but Chris Rigby still stays in 8th with Dean Atkinson in 7th. Jamie back in 9th. He gets a bit crossed up out that chicane. Luckily not to tap Dale with him. He's got Fred Coleman and of course Neil Smale getting past him. Nick in 13th, and then Finley and of course 14th at the moment on the medium. So on to lap number 4 out of 11 then. Panos still leads the way then with of course Ishmael Numbry in of course 2nd place at the moment. He's doing a stellar job trying to get away from Andreas. Andreas is there, but you know it could be thereabouts. Nate Fletch 4th at the moment. Oscar Stevenson in of course 5th. He's got a gap between the Rooster, and this is exactly where things go. But I tell you what, looking exactly what's happening at the moment, the Rooster has got a gaggle of cars behind him at the moment, the likes of Dean Atkinson, Chris Rigby versus Dale and of course Fred Coleman. But Dean Atkinson and the Rooster, these two have battled before I believe, so Dean gets a bit of a slide, but he's also alongside the Rooster. He's going to get 6th place, which he does. Got to be careful not to outbrake himself though, but he's up into 6th place then, so that is a very stellar job from where he started into the first race. I'm trying to see who that was running a bit wide out of that chicane. I think it was Jamie, but he's trying to push that Pertec liveried VW Scirocco ahead of Nick. Nick's trying to catch him as best as he can, but you know you can just see exactly how quick and personal as Neil Smale goes grass cutting. Oh Neil, you've thrown it away mate, unlucky, but you know he will bounce back. He's going to be thereabouts. You know he's on the mediums at the moment, but he's 13th, so you know he may have good starting grid position for race number 2. What's happening for the gaggle battle? Dean Atkinson goes off just as we join, we look away for a second and he goes off. That is unfortunate for Dean Atkinson on his first event in the VW Scirocco's, but I'll tell you what, these cars are frighteningly quick. You got Dale versus Chris Rigby, and of course Fred Coleman versus the Rooster. The Rooster's holding on for 6th place at the moment. He's doing a stellar job, but you know, it could be very close as Chris Rigby and Dale go side by side. Dale gets that move done in the TPS car. That is very close as Fred in the DHL car. Thereabouts, Jamie gets a good line out of the chicane now, which drops Chris down to, of course, 9th at the moment. There's a battle for Dale, between Dale and Fred at the moment. Fred's trying to fight back. 7th place at the moment, on to lap 6 out of 11 then, so we've got around 5 laps to go in this race. It looks like Jamie versus, of course, Chris Rigby at the moment. Dale's dropped down to 10th. Finley and Neil Smale are having a bit of a battle now. This is pretty decent to see at the moment between these two. Could be very close to see what's going to happen. Dean Atkinson 13th with Nick in 14th at the moment, so Nick's trying to push back on to get further up where he needs to be. But I'll tell you what, the battle for 6th place of Fred goes off. This is exactly what you can't afford to do. You can't afford to go offline. The Rooster's got a penalty, he's got rid of it, but Jamie gets past him, so the Rooster unfortunately drops down 1 place to 7th. He was doing well, he's now dropped down to 8th because Chris has got past him. Dale and Fred Coleman, they're having a bit of a battle for 9th and 10th at the moment. Finley and Neil Smale, 10th, 11th and 12th rather. They're having a good battle as well, so it's looking very feisty for 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th at the moment. The battle for 13th and 14th at the moment seems to have a bit of a gap. There's a yellow flag there with Finley Osler out of the chicane. Gets it into first gear and gives it some beans, but unfortunately he's going to drop down to 13th place at the moment. So what's happening between Dale and Fred Coleman then? This is absolutely top class racing from everyone at the moment. Don't think there's been majorly any issues, but Dale hops the curb then just to see exactly what's going to happen. Fred's trying to chase him down. He goes a bit grass cutting, runs a bit wide. But we're on to lap 7 out of 11 then, so we're not far away from the opening race of the season being complete. But Nate Fletch 4th. Andreas goes a bit wide towards the final turn. Got to be careful, he's 3rd place at the moment. Nate Fletch is not far behind. But what is this? Ishmael Denbury on course to try and chase after Panos for the race lead. The gap is around 0.8, should I say. But I'll tell you what, the Greek, Ishmael, he's gone off. Put the commentator's curse on him. Oh, that is unfortunate. But he's now lost. All that hard work he was doing to chase after Panos, that is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. But hopefully he'll build the gap. Nate Fletch back into 3rd place then, so onto the podium. He's got past Andreas. I think Andreas has had a bit of an issue there in the 69 Matt Tools Racing. Let's see what's going to happen with Oscar. He's 5th place at the moment. Jamie up in 6th then, so he's doing a better job this time round. You know, he's probably thinking, why didn't I have this last season? You know, but fair play, he's on course for a good result. You've got Chris Rigby in, of course, 7th at the moment. The Rooster versus Dale and, of course, Fred Coleman side by side almost. It could be 3 cars for the 8th place in a moment, but you can just see how quick Fred and Dale are getting. Trading paint yet again. This is absolutely stellar between the pair of them. This is absolutely how you want the race to be. Neil Smell down in 11th at the moment. Fair play to him. He's not giving up though. He's doing quite well to catch up, try and catch these guys. He's around 4.4 of a second now, but he's not too bad. You've got the Rooster versus Fred versus Dale at the moment for 8th, 9th and 10th. It's thereabouts. Neil Smell runs a bit wide out of that chicane, but we're on to lap number 9 then, so around 3 laps to go in this race. It could be very careful, or actually no, I'll tell you that it's actually 2 laps to go. But Neil Smell is in 11th and Dean Atkinson 12th at the moment. Finley 13th, Nick in 14th, getting used to Scirocco, as well as getting used to a new wheel. But Ishmael still there in of course second place at the moment with Nate Fletch, third at the moment with of course Andreas in fourth at the moment, Oscar fifth, Jamie sixth, Chris in seventh, Fred in of course eighth with the Rooster, and Dale ninth and 10th at the moment. This is absolutely class stuff between these two. These two had a bit of a battle in WSTC in the early season, as well as partway through last season, but they're now in equal machinery, which makes it even better. So we'll go on to the penultimate lap then, with Panos still leading, with Ishmael Nemri still in. Ishmael still in second, yes, but there's been a change to third place. Andreas has got past Nate Fletch. Has Nate Fletch had a penalty, or has Nate Fletch gone rallycrossing with that rally inspired livery? But I tell you what, it's looking very quick between. Quite a few gaps now brewing, but with thereabouts, the Rooster in 10th place, then with Dale of course in 9th at the moment, Neil in 11th. Not a bad showing for Neil at the moment. Probably be a bit of a easy thing for him, you know, just trying to nurse the car around just to see how well he does. But I think the mediums aren't too bad. Dean Atkinson in of course 12th at the moment, with Nick in 13th. Finley's had a bit of an issue there by the looks of it, but Panos goes on to the final lap then. Let's see what he's gonna do. He's around about 3.8 of a second from of course Ishmael at the moment. Ishmael's trying to literally push the living daylights out of that Castrol Edge inspired livery. He's going to be thereabouts, but you know, he's doing so well so far. Andreas third at the moment, with Nate Fletch in fourth, Oscar fifth at the moment, Jamie sixth, Chris Rigby in of course seventh at the moment, Fred Coleman in of course eighth, Dale ninth, the Rooster 10th at the moment, Neil Smell still 11th, Dean Atkinson 12th, Nick, oh, he runs a bit wide towards the chicane. He's got Finley Osler trying to catch him up for 13th at the moment, but you know, Nick's on to the final lap. He will be 13th at the moment, with Finley trying to catch him up, but we'll try and go back to that battle in a moment or two. But Panos is literally coming through the final two turns now to take a lights to flag victory. He will be delighted with that to kick-start this championship campaign, going out to the final chicane to take the checkered flag in style. He will be happy with that. To take, of course, first place. Ishmael flashes the lights to come on second. Nate Fletch, however, up into third then, with Jamie fourth rather, Oscar fifth. And I'll tell you what, Andreas 6th, Chris Rigby in of course 7th, Fred Coleman 8th, Dale in 9th, the Rooster 10th then, Neil Smell 11th. He might be a bit slightly disappointed with that, but that's Dean Atkinson in 12th. But the battle for 13th and 14th is going down to the final two turns between Finley and of course Nick. Nick's going to have to try and push on. He's trying to get Finley into the chicane. Oh, he's actually got it, but who's going to come out on top? Bit of clash there, but I'll tell you what, Nick takes 13th from Finley by 0.... yeah, as close as you'd like, 0.096 of a second. But I'll tell you what, that was an absolute fantastic race for round number 1. But I'll tell you what, race 2 and 3 are going to be absolutely unreal. But let's get the replay and then get the race results as well. It is going to be very carefully panned out. Just give me 1 second. So then, race number 1 then, however, this is how it finished for race number 1 here of the Chell Lawman Motorsport VW Scirocco Cup, brought to you by Eldar Sim Racing. Panos got first place from pole position, followed by Ishmael Nemri for second. They fletch onto the podium, then he'll be delighted with that. Jamie Hillman 4th, Oscar 5th, Andreas 6th. After that penalty, Chris Rigby in 7th, followed by Fred Coleman in 8th, followed by Dale 9th, followed by the Rooster in 10th, followed by Neil Smale in 11th, Dean Atkinson 12th, Nick in 13th, with Finley Osler in 14th. Fastest lap, however, went to Ishmael Nemri with a 1:14.4 on lap number 3, and no one beat him for the fastest lap. I'm going to be back in a moment or two, but I can't wait to see what race number 2 is going to bring. It is going to be absolutely unstoppable. It's going to be very interesting to see what tyres people are going to go on for the next race. It is going to be absolutely unstoppable. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen, but I shall be back in a moment or two. It is going to be very close. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, so I will be back in a moment or two. So let's see what's going to happen for race number 2 then. It is going to be a very exciting. If it's anything like the first race, it's going to be even better. It's going to be absolutely epic. So let's see then what's going to happen. I think, you know, it's going to be crazy to see, but I think Dean Atkinson is going to be, you know, ready to go very soon. I think Nick's also going to be very ready to go as well, but it is going to be very close. We are around 2 minutes away from race number 2 to start, and I believe it is another standing start, just to put that out there. But we shall see how close we're going to get. But it's going to be very close. As Neil Smell goes a bit sideways, but you can just see how well his chrome blue car stands out in the sunlight. So, you know, it's going to be quite quick to see what's going to happen. But, we'll see how quickly it's going to be. I think Nick was trying. I think we'll have it qualifying, but I think it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So it's going to be very close to see what is going to happen. There's a few guys out there. I think Dean Atkinson's just practicing his starts, so he can get a decent start. They're not very easy to start with, it being front wheel drive. The front wheels do tend to wheel spin quite a bit from what I've seen and what I've heard people say, so it's going to be very close to see exactly how interesting it's going to go. But we should be ready to go in a moment or two. I'm just waiting for Dale and of course Jamie to get ready, and we should be good to go for race number 2 of the championship. So let's see how well things are going to go. Should be good fun. Looking forward to seeing exactly what is going to happen. But, it's going to be very careful to see what's going to happen. So we'll see how well race number 2 goes. So let's have a look then. Let's get a bit sideways. So we are ready to go. It is a reverse grid, however. So let's go and let's see what's going to happen for race number 2. So Finley versus Nick then, so it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen between the pair of them. It's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, but Finley versus Nick versus Dean Atkinson and Neil Smell on the first 2 rows. Then it's Dale and the Rooster, then Fred and of course Chris. But we're getting ready for race number 2 then. Let's get ready to go. And who's going to get a decent start into turn number 1 for the second 11 lap encounter? It looks like already Finley's got ahead of Nick. Dean's trying to get there as well, with Neil Smell also pushing on. The Rooster up into 5th then with Dale, and of course Andreas with Nate Fletch versus Jamie. I think Jamie's bogged down with Oscar, and of course Ishmael Nemri with Panos up in 12th. Chris Rigby already in 13th with Fred Coleman 14th at the moment, but I think they bogged down at the start with the Rooster with a 5/10 penalty. Then he's already got a 5/10 penalty. That's a bit unfortunate, which is going to drop him down. Neil Smell trying to chase after the likes of Dean Atkinson at the moment with Andreas and of course Dale and Nate Fletch. Rooster's got that penalty still hanging over him at the moment, 5/10. It's not too bad, but he's getting rid of that. But that's going to drop him down. He clips that, clips the sign, which then ultimately puts him in the air with Dale and of course Nate Fletch side by side going in towards the chicane. Then who's going to come out on top? It's a bit close for calls there with Ishmael Nemri, Fred Coleman, Panos, and I believe Fred Coleman with Chris Rigby in 14th, then with Finley still holding on for the race lead at the moment with Nick second. Dean Atkinson chasing after Nick at the moment with Neil Smale and of course Andreas at the moment. They're battling for 5th and 4th respectively. This could be almost careful between the pair of them. Let's see what Andreas is going to do. Neil Smale is going to try and fight, try and get back into 4th, but Andreas gets that 4th place at the moment with Dean Atkinson and Nick Sargent. They're trying to go nose to tail. One of the 3 guys that actually got demoted from GT Supercars last season, but there's going to be another day. But I think Finley is around 0.5 seconds from Nick at the moment. Dean Atkinson still trying to be there. Neil Smale has got 2 cars behind him, the likes of Dale and of course Nate Fletch. At the moment it's going to be very careful between Neil and of course Dale. Oh, Dale and Neil go off. And Dale's clipped that barrier. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's lost some ground there. He's got some damage on the front. Jamie Hillman, where was he? He's up into 8th then. Excuse me. So Jamie's got Panos behind him at the moment, with Oscar trying to go there as well. So the McDonald's an understeer liveried car is trying to push on with the likes of Jamie and of course Panos. Panos is there with Chris Rigby getting past Dale for 11th place at the moment, but Andreas then, however, up into 3rd then, with Nate Fletch 4th, Dean Atkinson down into 5th, then the Rooster 6th, Neil Smell down in 7th, with the likes of Nick falling to clutches of Andreas at the moment, but that's allowing Finley to literally escape up the road with this race lead around about 2.3 of a gap at the moment. So going into the chicane to start lap number 4 with Nick in 4th, with Andreas in of course 3rd at the moment, trying to hold off, and Nick trying to hold him off at the moment, but that's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Nate Fletch in 4th at the moment, that's going to be very close. Dean Atkinson 5th, then the Rooster 6th, Neil Smell in 7th, Jamie 8th at the moment, Panos 9th, Chris Rigby in of course 10th at the moment, with of course Dale 11th, Ishmael in 12th at the moment, so 2nd place finisher in race number 1, down in 12th at the moment, Oscar in 13th at the moment, with Fred Coleman 14th at the moment. But why this is happening, that's allowing Finley to get away from the top, the other two for the podium at the moment. So Nick's in 2nd at the moment, holding on for dear life. He's trying to get thereabouts. Is he going to be able to do it? He's going to be pushing on. He's going to be really trying to get away from the Maxwell's liveried Scirocco. He's got Andreas is right up close and personal at the moment, but Nick's trying to get away from that Maxwell's liveries, and he's trying to get thereabouts. But now going into chicane, Andreas thinks about it, but Nick gets a bit crossed up. Well, Andreas has a decent line, but unfortunately he has a bit of a wiggle, which then delays him slightly onto lap number 5 then. So, you know, 6 laps to go, it's thereabouts, but could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, with Nick holding on for dear life, and Nate Fletch still in 4th at the moment, Dean Atkinson still 5th, the Rooster still in 6th place, then Neil Smell still 7th, Panos now up into 8th then, so he's on a bit of a charge at the moment, it's Panos, but is he going to be able to do it? He's got Jamie Hillman right close behind him. It could be very careful between the pair of them. Let's see what they're going to do. Panos versus Jamie. It could be very close, but Jamie gets a bit crossed up. The Pertec car, I think it clipped the curb a bit, but there's been a change for 2nd place then, whereas Andreas has got past Nick, so Nick's got Nate Fletch behind him now. So it could be very interesting if Nate Fletch could make it another podium, but Nick's trying to fight back and get that 3rd place. Nate Fletch runs, I thought he ran a bit wide there, but he didn't. But between Nick and of course Nate at the moment, both trying to push on and trying to get solid results in this race. Dean Atkinson still holding on for 5th place at the moment. Panos is still there, with Dale now 9th, Oscar 10th, Jamie 11th. He's had a bit of an issue there, with Chris Rigby in of course 12th at the moment, with Ishmael in of course 13th, with Fred still 14th at the moment. So around 5 laps to go then, it is going to be very careful, but that is allowing Finley to escape up the road then. Number 13 car trying to push on. He's trying to push on for his first win of the season, with Andreas in of course 2nd place at the moment, but Nick's still trying to push for Nate Fletch to make a mistake so he can get 3rd place back, which he's trying to think about it, but Nate Fletch says, not on your life, sunshine, I want this 3rd place, I want another podium. But you know, fair play, Nick has put in an extremely hard work for this season, as well as, you know, taking part. You know, it's a lot of pressure, but you know, he's thereabouts in 4th place at the moment. He's trying to push that Umbongo car against the Red Bull WRC liveried of Nate Fletch at the moment. It seems that, you know, very good. Nick runs a bit wide out of the chicane, he's clipped the wall, so that's dropped him down slightly, and that's dropped him into clutches of Dean Atkinson. Nick's probably thinking that Foster's beer car is very distracting, but I don't think it is. The two from GT Supercars last season, along with Panos, but you know, it's going to be very interesting to see how well they do this time round. Nick's still holding on for fourth at the moment. Hobson skips that curb. He's trying to battle, but he's there with Dean Atkinson at the moment. Dean Atkinson on the outside line. He's going to now get fourth place from Nick. Yeah, Nick's going to try and push on though. The Rooster and of course Neil Smell, they're having a battle for 6th and 7th at the moment. Fair play to them. With Panos in 8th, then with Dale in of course 9th at the moment. Oscar 10th. Chris in 11th. Jamie 12th. Ishmael trying to catch them up now in 13th at the moment, with Fred in 14th at the moment, but Finley still leading the race then. Andreas is bringing the gap down though to around 0.7 of a second. So he's thereabouts. He's got the fastest lap at the moment with 1:14.4. And they're still in there in touch for the podium. Dean Atkinson's still trying to hold off Nick at the moment, but Nick's trying to still push on. Trying to say, right, let's go. Let's have a good battle, which he is doing. Fair play. It's going to be thereabouts, but you just see Neil Smell up into 6th. Then he's got past the Rooster, so he's going to be happy with that this time round. I'll tell you what, he's adapting very well at the moment, is Neil. So he's doing very well. Flash of brakes though, I think he's just trying to take it steady at the moment. The Rooster, he's there. Panos and of course Dale thereabouts for 8th and 9th. Oscar's catching them up slightly low. You can just see how quick he's going with around 3 laps left in this race. So it's going to be thereabouts. We'll see exactly how well it's going to go. Jamie's still in 11th at the moment with of course Chris and of course Ishmael. They're going to be very careful. I think Chris is trying to get alongside Jamie Hillman for that 11th place at the moment, with Ishmael and Emery also trying to catch up with of course Chris at the moment. You can just see these three going into the chicane for the 8th time as Ishmael clips the barrier going out of the chicane there, which is hampered him, so he won't be able to catch them up unless he has a massive push on for that try and catch up into that position, with Jamie still in 11th, with of course Chris down in 12th at the moment. Both inspired British touring car liveries, the Pertec versus the Team Hardcore. Could be very careful. Let's see what Chris is going to do. Is Chris going to go alongside Jamie Hillman? He thinks about it, but he drops back a bit. Fred Coleman's still 14th, however, with now the battle for the race lead come down to 0.1 of a second between Andreas and of course Finley at the moment. Finley's holding on for dear life. Excuse me. He's got Andreas right behind him at the moment. There's a bit of contact between the pair of them into the chicane. I think that was a bit of a push to pass. So Finley is not going to like that. That has dropped Finley down into of course 4th place at the moment. But I'll tell you what, I don't think that is going to be approved, because that looked very robust indeed. But that's put Dean Atkinson onto the podium, with Nick 4th, with Finley in of course 5th at the moment. I don't think he's going to be happy with that. With the penultimate lap now, with Finley battling with Nick at the moment, I don't think, you know, Nick's there in of course 5th place at the moment. The Rooster in 6th place. Neil Smell 7th. Neil's dropped down to 7th, with the likes of Dale and of course Panos now gaining on to Neil. Neil's dropped down to 8th. He could be soon 9th. Oh, Dale's catching him. Oh, he's up into 7th. What a stellar move from Dale. That is absolutely top draw. He's got into 7th, then Neil Smell's dropped down to 9th. Oscar 10th at the moment. You know, this could be very close. Chris in 11th. Ishmael 12th. Jamie 13th and Fred in 14th at the moment. But Andreas goes on to the final lap though. I think he may be in a bit of hot water with the stewards with that move going into the chicane with between him and Finley Ostler. But Nate Fletch in second then, so Nate Fletch still on the podium for second race of the evening. Dean Atkinson third, with of course Finley fourth, Nick fifth. At the moment, the Rooster in sixth with Dale, and of course Panos at the moment almost side by side. So Dale wants to take sixth place from Panos at the moment. Oh, Neil goes wide with Oscar. And of course, right from one, Neil Smale, he's gone off. He has gone off at St Mary's there. Into 7th place at the moment with Chris in 11th, Ishmael 12th, Jamie 13th at the moment, and Fred in 14th at the moment. But Andreas coming in through the final 2 turns then. What's he going to do going into the chicane? He's about to cross the line and take a victory, but it may go against him. We shall soon find out, but I tell you what, he's thereabouts, but I don't know what he's trying to do across the line. No Fletch in second and Dean Atkinson third. Finley fourth. He won't be happy with that 4th place though, I don't think. And Nick fifth, the Rooster sixth. Panos in 7th, Dale 8th, then Oscar in 9th, Neil Smell 10th. Fair play, he finished in the top 10, so fair play to him. Chris in 11th, Ishmael in of course 12th, Jamie 13th, and Fred Coleman 14th. But I tell you what, I think the issue between Andreas and of course Finley Ostler will be looked at in the steward's room. I think it will be, because that looks very pretty much robust, and I don't think Finley's going to be very happy with that, but we'll soon find out. But we'll get the screenshots of the race results very quickly. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But so here is the race results of race number 2 then, with Andreas taking a victory in race number 2. I think he may be in the hot water with the stewards though, because that was a bit unfortunate with taking, you know, Finley Ostler. It was hard to see, but it looked like, you know, he tapped Finley, and it looked like, you know, he didn't give the place back either. Nate Fletch in second, so on the podium for the second time this evening. Dean Atkinson third, Finley fourth, Nick in fifth, the Rooster sixth, Panos in 7th, Dale 8th, Oscar 9th, Neil Smell 10th, Chris in 11th, followed by Ishmael Nemri in 12th, yeah, Chris 11th, Ishmael 12th, Jamie 13th, Fred 14th. Fastest lap, however, Andreas still with that, 1:14.492 on lap number 6. It is going to be very close. We'll see exactly what is going to happen for race number 3, which is coming up in around 5 minutes time. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But nevertheless, I think it's going to be thereabouts. So we're getting ready for the rolling start race. It will be in around 4 minutes time. It will be another 11 laps encounter. So we'll see how close it's going to get. So whatever tyres they've not used in the other 2 races, it's now time to use them. Just to put them out there. So it is going to be very close. We'll see exactly what's going to happen in a few moments time. Just gonna have a quick drink, because I know my throat is getting a bit croaky due to all the action tonight. So let's see how well race number 3, the final race of the evening, goes then. So let's see how close it's going to get. It's going to be very close, mate, I'll tell you that. It's going to get very close. But so far, so good. So let's see exactly what's going to happen in a moment or two for So let's see exactly what's going to happen for race number 3 then, the final race of the evening, of the first round of the championship. It's getting a bit cloudier now, so tyre temperature may be a bit of a factor, but we shall see, because Fred Coleman starts on pole position and it is a rolling start as well. It is going to be very close to see how well he does against Jamie versus Ishmael versus Chris. The Ishmael is halfway around the other corner with Oscar, Dale, Panos and the Rooster, and of course Nick is also thereabouts, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. The guys are getting ready for the final race, and I'm getting ready for the final race as well, so let's see what Fred can do with the rolling start. He will be going through the chicane, followed by Jamie Hillman and of course Ishmael. Is Ishmael going to get onto the podium this time round? But let's see what happens then. So we're good to go, and we are going to see exactly who is going to win the last race of the evening, the last 11 lap encounter here at Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit for round number 1 of the Chell Lawman Eldar Racing VW Scirocco Championship. It looks like Fred's already got a decent start, and with Jamie Hillman trying to catch up thereabouts, but Ishmael is there. Chris in 4th, then Neil Smell 5th at the moment, with Oscar in 6th, followed by Dale, followed by Panos, the Rooster, and of course Nick. Finley up into 11th for Dean Atkinson, already putting him under pressure. Could be very careful because he's got the likes of Nate Fletch behind with Andreas at the tail of the field, but Fred Coleman then leading the way, but he's got Jamie right close for comfort. Excuse me, for comfort into that battle there, going into the latter half. Let's see what he's going to do, but Jamie's on that inside line. Is he going to get it? Oh, Fred breaks a bit late, but Jamie gets that move. So Jamie leads the race then to tick off lap number 1 if he keeps it together. And I don't put the mockers on him and try and go thereabouts, but both of them go through that chicane very interestingly, side by side. The rods cross the line, but Fred crosses the line in the lead, so he retakes the race lead from Jamie Hillman versus Ishmael. Ishmael is also there, the green and red car versus the Pertec versus the DHL car, so he's almost trying to get past Jamie as well as Fred Coleman. He's thereabouts, but still pushing on for dear life to try and get into the race lead. He's trying to do that with Fred Coleman, gives him a bit of a kiss and a tap, but almost it's getting a bit close for personal. They've got to be very careful, because that's going to allow Chris up into the top 3 if he's not careful. So he's trying to push with Jamie Hillman and Fred Coleman, as well as Ishmael Numri, with of course Neil Smell in 6th place at the moment. Dale 7th with of course the Rooster. 8th at the moment with Nick. Nick's currently trying to take 8th. Oh my goodness, where did Nick come from? He's got a stellar start into there. He's trying to get the Rooster for 7th place, so he's trying to work his way from that 10th place at the moment, but Ishmael Numri tried to lead, but Fred and of course Jamie throughout the chicane trying to take each other, but the likes of Jamie, Fred, Chris, Oscar, Neil Smale, almost 5 cars for 2nd place at the moment, so that's allowing Ishmael Numri to literally get away, but could be there about. But you can just see exactly what Chris is trying to do. He's trying to catch up to these 2 in front of him to get onto the podium. So Oscar's still there, as well as Neil Smell. But is Nick still there in 9th place? Yes, he is, just about. But he's got Panos as well as the Rooster. They're going to be battling. The Rooster gets onto 2 wheels. Nick drops down to 9th for the moment, with Dale in 10th then, with of course Nate Fletch and of course Andreas and of course Dean Atkinson, with Finley 14th for the moment. Finley's not had a good run this time round, but Ishmael's still there, Fred's still 2nd, Jamie's still 3rd at the moment, but Chris is under threat from Oscar Stevenson at the moment. Oscar's trying to put that blue car, the first of the blue cars, because Neil Smell's behind him as well, so this is a fantastic battle for 5th, 4th and 3rd, but to tell you what, Chris has run a bit wide out of that chicane, which has allowed Oscar to take 4th place. Then Neil Smell wants to take 5th place. He wants to end the opening round on a high. He wants to try and get there. About to 6th place at the moment. Fair play to him. He's not give up. The Rooster's still 7th at the moment. Panos still there in 8th, with Nick still in 9th at the moment. So Nick's trying to push on. But I'll tell you what a very interesting evening we've had of racing. Andreas is trying to get alongside Dale for 10th place at the moment. A bit of paint swapping between the pair of them. But Andreas has got to be very careful, because I think, you know, he's on a bit of a charge, but he's there in 10th place at the moment with Dale 11th. Dale's still trying to fight back, trying to swap paint as Andreas runs a bit wide. Nate Fletch tries to do exactly the same. Well, Andreas has dropped down to 13th at the moment. Finley Ostler is thereabouts. He's trying to push on, but Andreas has got an issue by the looks of it of that Scirocco. He's on having a bit of an issue there, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But Nick's run a bit wide there. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But it looks like Andreas has had an issue with that Scirocco. I don't think it was an issue, but from what I've seen in the commentary box, it looks like Dale had a bit gone alongside and Andreas ran off track. But Nick's allowed to go into 11th for the moment, with the likes of Finley chasing him down, but I tell you what, Nick's going to concede 2 places here at the moment between Finley. Oh, Nick has a bit of a wiggle on. I think he had a bit of a tap from Dale, but I end up getting severe amount of damage there. I think poor old Dale's had a bit of a rough and tumble time now, with Finley 11th now, so Dean Atkinson 10th, Nate Fletch in 9th then, with the Rooster in 8th place at the moment. Neil Smell 7th, but he's got the move back on Panos there. What an absolute fantastic move by the Scotsman. That is absolutely unreal. Chris in 5th place then, Oscar 4th still, Jamie still 3rd, Fred Coleman 2nd, Ishmael in of course 1st place at the moment, but I'll tell you what, fair play to Ishmael, he is thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but Fred's still in 2nd, Jamie 3rd, but I'll tell you what, the battle for 7th and 6th, Panos gets past Neil Smell for 6th place, but Neil Smell's not giving in, he's not giving in. You can just see how well that chrome blue Scottish racing flag livery Scirocco is doing. Neil is absolutely a driver to watch. If you've not seen Neil race, he is absolutely on the money tonight. He's 7th at the moment, so it wouldn't be surprising if he tries to tick off another place. The Rooster and Nate Fletch, these two have had a bit of thereabouts. I don't know if the Rooster's meant to have flicked his indicator on, but that's allowed Nate Fletch to get 8th place though, so that's going to be thereabouts. The Rooster drops down to 9th with Dean Atkinson hot on his heels, with the Rooster also trying to catch up back up to Nate Fletch. Finley 11th, Dale 12th, Nick after that hefty damage, he's on the super softs, 13th for the moment, so unlucky 13th for Nick at the moment. Oh, he's gone off again. I've put the commentator's curse on him this time. I don't mean it, Nick. I'm sure he'll push on. I'm sure he will push on. So Dale 12th for the moment, Finley 11th, the Rooster. Oh, he's dropped down to still dropped down to 9th for the moment. But I'll tell you what, he's chased. Nate Fletch is chasing after Neil Smale, but the Rooster is chasing after him. Who is that with a penalty? That is Panos with a 5/10 penalty. That is going to hurt him. That is going to hurt him because Neil Smale will be thereabouts. You know, good old Neil will try and push him up. Well, he's thereabouts in 7th, try to hold off Nate Fletch at the moment. But they will still, they're going to try and latch onto the back of Panos. This is absolutely crazy racing at the mid-pack here. This is going to be Panos versus Nate versus Neil. Oh, Neil's got a penalty. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, mate. Oh, Neil. Unlucky, mate. Push on, you'll be there. You've got 3 laps to go. With Dean Atkinson going to be thereabouts. He's there. The Rooster. Oh, the Rooster. Yeah, he's holding on. Nate Fletch at the moment. You can just see exactly how close it's going to get between these 7th, 8th and 9th at the moment. I think, you know, Panos is still there safely. Jamie's up into 2nd, however. Didn't see that, but Jamie Hillman up into 2nd place then, with of course Ishmael in 1st place at the moment, so still leading the race then. Jamie with the fastest lap, 1:14.2 at the moment. Oscar 4th at the moment, chasing after Fred Coleman. It'll be very interesting to see how well it goes. Chris in 5th then, Panos 6th, the Rooster, excuse me, with Nate Fletch close for comfort. Nate gets past him with Dean Atkinson. These 3 are going to try and push on. Yeah, you can just see about how close that's getting. Poor old Neil down in 11th at the moment. But I'll tell you what, fair play, he's kept it together though. He's going to be kicking himself for that penalty, I know he is. But fair play to him. Dale in 12th then. Nick 13th at the moment. I think Nick pushed a bit too hard and I think you know, try to get past Dale, but on to 2 laps to go then. Ishmael Nemri still leading from Jamie Hillman, followed by Fred Coleman, who's currently just about under threat from Oscar Stevenson, the number 2 car versus the number, is it the number 8 car, or is it number, I can't tell exactly the number of that, but Oscar Stevenson gets the move done on Fred Coleman for that final spot on the podium with 2 laps to go. This could be very interesting because Chris is gaining up to Fred Coleman in the 87 car. The Team Hard car versus the DHL car versus the McDonald's fronted car of Oscar Stevenson. Panos is still there in 6th then. Nate Fletch 7th with the Rooster hot on his heels going out the chicane to start the penultimate lap. This could be very careful. Dean Atkinson 9th. Finley 10th. Neil Smell still 11th. Dale 12th at the moment with Nick thereabouts 13th. Unlucky 13th for Nick at the moment. But it's Mil Nemri excuse me, in 1st place then. Jamie Hillman 2nd at the moment. That could be a turn for the books with Jamie doing a stellar job in, of course, 2nd at the moment. Oscar still 3rd at the moment. Fred Coleman, he's under threat. He's trying to catch Oscar back for 3rd place, but he's got Chris all over the back of him. It's going to be thereabouts. We'll see exactly how well it goes. Panos still in 6th. Nate Fletch, however, 7th. The Rooster and Dean Atkinson 8th and 9th at the moment. So Dean's going to try and get that Foster's Largood liveried past the Rooster. It looks almost side by side to me, but Dean's got past him. That is exactly what the Rooster didn't want, but you know, he's still trying to chase Dean into that chicane. Bit of a knock, saying, come on Dean, get out of that chicane faster so I can catch you back up. These two are having a bit of a dice with the last lap coming up right now, but I'll tell you what, it's getting there. The Rooster in 9th then. Finley still in 10th, so his dad's just ahead of him in the order, but Dale 11th, Neil Smell down in 12th. I think he's had a bit of a moment there, but he'll come home 12th for the moment. Nick in 13th then, but Ishmael Nemri, fair play to him at the moment. Jamie's still there. Oscar's getting caught slightly now by Fred. Fred's going to try and push on. Oscar is going to be thereabouts. He's going to try and stick to 3rd place, I think, but you know, Ishmael's still leading. Dean's still in front of the Rooster, so you know, it could be very careful, but we'll see what Ishmael Nemri is going to do. He's coming through the final 2 turns now. Just got the chicane to go, and he's going to take the checker flag with ease. He will be delighted with that. He is going to be absolutely over the moon. Flashes the lights in delight. Jamie Hillman, however, 2nd place, so that'll do him very good. Oscar 3rd with Fred 4th. Chris in 5th then. Panos 6th. Nate Fletch 7th. Dean Atkinson 8th. The Rooster 9th. Finley in 10th then. Fair play to him. No fair play with Dale 11th. Flashes the lights. I don't know exactly what happened between him and Andreas, but to me that looked like Andreas had just gone off the track. Neil Smell 12th. Nick in 13th, but I'll tell you what, Nick's going to be a bit unlucky for what's happened, but fair play. But I'll tell you what, it is going to be a very interesting championship as the season goes on. But I'll tell you this, Ishmael Nemri takes another victory in Eldar Sim history. And I'll tell you what, it is going to be very careful, and I'll tell you what, I will get the results, and it is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen, because the championship is already kick-started in a race after the opening races of the season here at Goodwood, and I'll tell you what, we are looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. However, Ishmael Nemri then takes 1st place followed by Jamie Hillman. So Jamie finishes on the podium, followed by Oscar in third, then Fred in fourth, after leading for quite a bit. Chris in fifth, then followed by Panos in sixth, Nate Fletch seventh, Dean Atkinson eighth, the Rooster ninth, Finley in 10th, then so father and son ninth and 10th. After that, Dale 11th, Neil Smell 12th, Nick in 13th. Andreas did not finish. There was a bit of an issue with that Scirocco by the sounds of it. He must have just gone in that gravel too much and he got beached. With Jamie takes the fastest lap with a 1:14.2 on lap number 4. I'll tell you what, it is going to be absolutely unreal. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen for the opening race of the season. So it's going to be absolutely unreal. But I'll tell you what, it is going to be absolutely top class. I can't wait to see what's going to happen for the rest of the season. But I tell you what, it is going to be epic. I can't wait till this time next week, because it is going to be top draw, and it was phenomenal. It was insane. But until next week, guys, I've been Hoppers for Eldar Sim Racing. I'm going to go because my voice feels like I'm going to lose it. But I tell you what, please make sure you like and subscribe to Eldar Sim Racing. And I tell you what, please do like the stream as well. It has been an absolute mega race night of racing. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. Until next week, guys, take care, enjoy your weekend, and most of all, stay safe. Take care. Ta-ra.